we've glued the nose, we just put a book right on top to put pressure on so that it dries flat. Now we can go on to fixing this ear. The ear isn't stable, as you can see. It needs a bit of padding up. We're going to glue the ear down and put a book on that too. And we put a little bit of glue and stick it down. So it's in. And when it dries, we can give it a bit more of a shape around here to make it a proper ear shape. So that will come. We leave that sit for a little while so it dries properly with the book on it for pressure. Now, for part of the brow band, we have our little emblem here for our rosette. We have a metallic cupcake holder for a cake. I'm going to turn that into a frill for this to use as the horse's brow band rosette. So that's what that's for. We'll start that now. So it looks a bit more like that. It will start looking a bit like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to match the seams on that. Then we're going to glue that there together with some Tarzan's grip. Right, undo that. And we go like this. Put a little bit on, you don't need much. Like that, just a little bit. That's the art of using Tarzan's grip. It's got to be used very sparingly, and then you match the seams on that. Let it knit, and then glue it up together like that. So it's really straight on the edges that you'll see, like that. And so we need to take a little bit of time to hold that so that it actually dries, and it will dry really soon. So we'll come back then. Now while we wait, we'll glue the Western boot concho onto this piece of mirror-like silver paper. It's just a round. So put some glue on. Let it sit like that. Fill it all in. Now, when it hits this silver paper, you don't want it scattering everywhere. So, what you do is you just let the glue settle on top like and make a film so that it's a bit sticky when it hits that mirror part. It won't go everywhere, and then that mirror is going to be put on top of the concho that we just made, which is now here. There it is. They're nice and flat like that. It will go on top of here and it will turn flat. It'll be wonderful. Okay, so I think it's time to do it now. I may have made the film by now. We've waited a bit, so we'll do that. We'll put it on. Move that out of the way. Flip it. Oh, see, some of the glue is coming off. There. Take some of that off. Okay. Flip it over. Oh, it's sticking to my fingers even more. I'll just simply place it down like that. So now that will dry. That'll dry up. Then when it dries, we can give it a trim around the edge. So there it is, that's fairly pretty. So I have a sparkly diamante eye for my Christmas horse, which is rose gold. This is the colour of him. There he is, so sparkly. That's his eye. When I put it in to where it's going to sit, it's quite deep. So what we want to do is put a little bit more tinsel on the top here to make it more puffy, like a real horse eye. So I've got a piece. I want to spread it out a little bit so it's bented. Put it in that space like that to fatten the eye up. I'll take the camera away. See, the eye is much more full. It's like a bit more full than what it was. Take it away, it's hollow. Put it back. Nice and full. There's Kitty. Hello, Kitty. Hello, Kitty. Yay. So, after the bend, when it's a nice shape that we like, tuck that under. We get a little bit of glue and just put it on the back. Put the glue on like that. That's it. And then put it on. Tuck it in so it's neat. Put it on the eye, nice and bent, like that. Then you could just get your glue so it's not tight. You don't want it to be really heavy so that it's flattening that eye. Just remember, you want to put your diamante on that. So you want it to be a little puffy still, not flat like if you put a book on it or something like that. it's dried, and that's what it looks like. A little boot and a little concho that will go on the brow band. So that's how it turned out. So as he dries, there's a little spot that I see there, and it's got hardly anything there. And so what I'm going to do is just fill that spot in so that it looks full, because the face will have a full halter and decorations on it. So it needs to be fairly flat like this. And I was working, and here we have Serafina. She's helping me on the table. Here's all the craft that we've done so far. The boot, concho for the bridle, the noseband, and here we go. We're going to have the halter put together. That's the one that goes behind the ears and down to the noseband. Serafina. So cute. Okay, we're back, and this one is glued on now. So what we do after that is we get a book and we put it on top to flatten the lot down, and we leave it there until it dries. So we'll do that. So here's our trusty book, and we'll put it on top so it sits fairly flat, and we let that dry. So now I need to fold these. So it's just putting it in line, having a feel, putting it in line with the edge, and then folding it back like that, and then giving it a little bit of a squeeze to make a line And then the same at the front. So give it a bit of room before you commit to bending it. And then give it a little squeeze like that. So you have one line and it runs with the shape of the face along here. And up the top, you just do the same. You just fold that over. Now that that's dried nicely, just give it a little bit of a space for the tinsel. Give it a bit of a fold like that. And then now we're going to stitch it. Here's the back of the noseband. So I've put a thread through. I'll put another thread through here, like that. Maybe another stitch through to keep it nice and strong. More stitches the better. And we're going to tie it up there to the middle where these stitches are from the back of the creation of the horse. So go like this and tie it on. Use your eyes. Find the thread, there it is, and tighten. There we go, and so that's that. Then we can go and put a little bit of glue along the line like this. Keep it nice and flat. That glue's on. Remember, that's got glue on it too. That will hold. So now the face is all done. Let's have a look. This is what it looks like. It's so cute. The bridle is on. It's nice and smooth. And we have no issues with that whatsoever. So the next thing we're going to do is to stabilize the neck so it never bends here, is we get a stick. We're going to put the stick through the neck like this so that we never have to have it come apart. Okay, so we put glue on the stick like this, just like this. Very good. Glue it up, make it nice and thick. Okay, and we're going to stabilize that neck. It's like a mast. We're going to mask that neck up. So here we go, going through the back, okay, of the horse, underneath the tinsel and to the face. There we go. You wouldn't know it was there. Okay, that one's done. So now what we're going to do is glue on the concho. So we need to place it. You've got to remember that this will be looked at when it's up on a wall. So the placement has to be quite good on the horse. So we want to place it about there. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so we get a bit of glue. Put it on the back like that. Just a bit. And we put our concho into place. So it's just to make the bridle really fancy, to make it look really nice. And that's going to look really good when it's going to set, and it's going to look and set the bridle off. So there we go. Concho on. So the eye placement is pretty important because you want it to actually look like a horse. So I think the eye needs to go about there. You've got the round of the eye, and the eye gets placed about there. That's sort of where a horse's eye would be. So it looks a bit like that. Really cute. So we'll glue that one now. Put the glue on the back. It's actually a bit of a cone shape at the back. Don't know if you can see that. It's like a bit of a dome, and that helps with the depth of how deep it has to be for the tinsel. So let's put that on now. We'll have a look at what that looks like. And we'll work on placing it so it looks really nice. Like that. And use your scissors to place it even. It's a bit tricky, that one. Yep, there we go. That's pretty good. Oh, he's starting to come along now. All of his face is done. He's looking really nice. So this is how beautiful he looks now. Everything's sewn in, everything's glued. So the whole face of the horse is done. So I'm really pleased with that. We've got some details. Got the boot with the horseshoe poncho. So pretty. The eye. The bridle. Noseband all tucked in and sewn in. So he's all done. That's it. see these great ornaments? There's heaps of them. Look, they're everywhere. I'm going to put these ornaments onto the horse now to make the mane. They're going to look really awesome